मोदक प्रिय मुदय मंगलदाता, मोदक प्रिय मुदय मंगलदाता, मोदक प्रिय मुदय मंगलदाता, विजयवारिधि बुद्धि विदाता, विजयवारिधि बुद्धि विदाता, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन। मांगत तुलसीदास कर जोरे, मांगत तुलसीदास कर जोरे, मांगत तुलसीदास कर जोरे, बस ही राम सिय मानस मोरे, बस ही राम सिय, 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 बस ही राम, बस ही राम सिय मानस मोरे, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन। शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन, शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गण, गाइए गण, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन। महागणपति स्वामी मोरिया, मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया, मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया, मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया।
Sitaram devotees, I would like, on behalf of the Felicity Ganesh Utsav Festivals Committee, I would like to warmly welcome each and every one of you to our second night of Ganesh Puran Yajna. Before I introduce our Vyas Ji for tonight's proceedings, I would like to make mention of an individual who would have been a shooter for this year, but he is no longer with us. His name is Renal Lal. He is the founder of the Rising Tide Tassa Group. Renal was a shooter maybe for 3 years. 3 years. He was preparing his life to meet his maker. For these 3 years, he was with his committee and he was doing the puja. And so today we would like to dedicate tonight's proceedings to him. May Bhagwan make his journey easy, and may he be with the Bhagwan himself. When I do these things, I get emotional. So tonight's proceedings we would like to dedicate. I see his wife is here. So welcome. So now our Vyasji for tonight's proceedings is no other than Ganesh Maharaj from Kuva. He's also the assistant Pundit of the Edinburgh Hindu Temple. So I'll hand you over now to Punditji. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy this devotional with Punditji and all of us. Sitaram.
ध्यानमूलं गुरोर्मूर्ति, पूजामूलं गुरोपरम्, मन्द मंत्रमूलं गुरुर्वाक्यं मोक्षमूलं गुरो कृपा। ओम श्री सद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम गुरु हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वर गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सर्वमंगलमांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। नारायणी नमोस्तुते। कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सरावसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि। भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि। शान्ताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं सुभागं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिवर्ध्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णु भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथं सर्वलोकैकनाथम्। आञ्जनेयं मतिपाटलानां काञ्चनाद्रिकमनीयविग्रहं पारिजाततरमूलनिवासं भावयामि पवमाननन्दनं। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे। सुमुखश्च गदन्तश्च कपिलो गजकर्णकः लम्बोदरश्च विकटो विघ्ननाशो विनायकः धूम्रकेतु घनाध्यक्षो भालचन्द्रो गजाननं द्वादशैतानि नामानि यप्पच्चेतुन्यादपि विद्यारम्भे विभावे च प्रवेशे निर्गमे ततः सङ्ग्रामे सङ्गतश्चैव विघ्नतस्य न जायते। शुक्लां भरदं देवं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। ॐ गं गणपतये नमः। सिद्धिविनायक स्वामी की जय। नमस्ते और सीताराम। भगवान गणपति के भक्तों, भगवान गणेश की स्तुति में आज रात के सत्संग में आपका स्वागत है। यहाँ फेलिसिटी गणेश उत्सव कमेटी और श्री गणेश रघुनंदन का घर ककांडी रोड फेलिसिटी में। दुनिया में कहीं से भी आप हमसे जुड़ पाए हैं, हम आपके प्यार भरे स्वागत की कामना करते हैं। प्रार्थना, भक्ति, पूजा और महान भगवान गणपति की स्तुति में हमारे साथ शामिल होने के लिए, अपने समय निकालने के लिए हम आपके सराहन करते हैं। अब जैसे कि हम आज रात का सत्र शुरू करते हैं, कृपया अपने आप को प्रार्थना के मूड तैयार करें और हम अपने प्रभु के समान खुद को प्रार्थना करते हैं, जो हम सभी के लिए पिता और माता दोनों हैं। हमारे गुरु की कृपा और हमारे माता पिता के आशीर्वाद से हम आज रात के भक्ति में प्रवेश करते हैं। Namaste, Sitaram, everyone. To all you devotees of God, welcome to tonight's satsang in praise of the Almighty Mahaganapati. Here at the home of Sri Ganesh Ragunanan, hosted by the members of the Felicity Ganesh Utsav Festival Committee, right here in Kakandi Road, Felicity. From wherever in the world you are joining us, and from wherever in the country you have come to join us today, we wish you a loving welcome. We appreciate you taking the time to join with us here in satsang, in prayer, in devotion, worship, and in praise of the Great One, Lord Sri Mahaganapati. Now, as we begin tonight's session, tonight's satsang, please make yourselves comfortable and in a mood for prayer, for supplication, as we bring ourselves before our Lord, who is both the mother and the father to us all. And now, by the grace of our gurus and by the blessings of all of our parents, we join together in tonight's devotion. Boliye Sri Mahaganapati Swami ki Jai. First things first, Bhajan to Mahaganapati. Now, this is the Bhajan, which was really a prayer composed by Mahatma Tulsidas before he wrote a single line of the Ramcharitamanas, which you know is simply a rewriting of the 24,000 verse Sanskrit Ramayana of Valmiki. Ramcharitamanas is the 11,900 rewritten Awadhi Bhasha version of Valmiki's Sanskrit Ramayana. Before Tulsidas wrote a single word, he penned a prayer to Mahaganapati, and it goes like this. Shankara Suhana Bhavani Nandana, Shankara Suhana Bhavani Nandana, Gaiye Ganapati Jagavandana, Gaiye Ganapati Jagavandana, Shankara Suhana Bhavani Nandana, Shankara Suhana Bhavani Nandana, Gaiye. Sadan Gaj Vadan Vinayaka, Siddhi Sadan Gaj Vadan Vinayaka, Kripa Sindhu Sundara Sablayaka, Kripa Sindhu Sundara Sablayaka, Gaiye Ganapati Jagavandana, Gaiye Ganapati Jagavandana. मंगलदाता मोदक प्रिय मुद मंगलदाता मोदक प्रिय मुद मंगलदाता विद्यवारिधि बुद्धि विदाता विद्यवारिधि बुद्धि विदाता गाइए गणपति जगवंदन गाइए गणपति जगवंदन मांगत तुलसीदास कर जोरे मांगत तुलसीदास कर जोरे मांगत तुलसीदास कर जोरे बस ही राम सिय मानस मोरे बस ही राम सिय 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 बस ही राम बस ही राम सिय मानस मोरे गाइए गणपति जगवंदन गाइए गणपति जगवंदन शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन गाइए गणपति जगवंदन गाइए गण गाइए गण गाइए गणपति जगवंदन महागणपति स्वामी की जय। Sit down, everybody. Sit down, everybody. Okay. I'm very happy to be here again with you for the 15th year overall, but the 13th year in person because of COVID. Couldn't be here in person. And to be able to join with you in the glorification of Lord Sri Mahaganapati is a blessing that I personally appreciate. Ever since I read of the chanting of the Mahaganapati Sahasranam Puja, I have always wanted to do this. But it says in the Shastras, in the Ganapati Upanishad, that not just by praying for yourself or by yourself, but when you can pray amongst others and allow others to have the blessing. Initially, if one person would sponsor this puja and everybody else would come and sit and join, then you all receive the same blessing. How much more blessing has it been over the years that you've been able to contribute? That your 40, 50, 60, 100 laddus would have contributed to the overall offering at the feet of Lord Sri Mahaganapati. Not knowing if yours is number 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. If yours is 100, 200, 300, 400, doesn't matter. Yours is part of the entire offering. Puja like this brings protection for all who take part. No matter where you live. If you've come from all the way in Raghunanan Road in Kunupia, or you've come from the heart of Claxton Bay, or even middle of Orangefield Road or Roystonia, it doesn't matter where you come from. If you used to live in Cedrus and now you live in Shagwanas, doesn't matter where you live now. Your family that you've prayed for. When you chant the mantra and you offer and you pray for your entire family, no matter where you live, Sangre Grande, St. Augustine, Digger Martin, doesn't matter. If you have family in America, in Canada, in Mauritius, back all the way in India, if you've traced your ancestry, everybody, sab parivar, the entire family is protected by the chanting of the most powerful mantra, Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. When I first read of this, I was taught it by my Guru, Sadguru Sankhya Shavras, the immortal one. I wanted to share this with as many people as possible. Because according to Swami Chinmayananda, no matter what your career is on this earth, your job is the same. Your job is to do as much good as you can, for as many people as you can, for as long as you can. That is your job. If your job is to take pictures, then do the best job as you can, for as long as you can, for as many people who call. Your job is to play music, do the technical work. Your job is to work in the regional corporation, you sell in the business. Be the best business person you can for as many people who come to your doors, for as long as you can do that job. Whatever your job is, do that. So with that in mind, I wanted to share this puja with as many people as possible. And Ganesh ji, together with Krishna and Naresh, and they from those times, Dods and they, said, Pandit, we'll let you do it. Initially, the very first time, it was simply added before one of the nights of satsang of Pandit Vishnu, and that day we ran late. And Pandit Vishnu sat in his Singhasan, he came for 6:30, he was here at 7 o'clock, 7:30 he couldn't start, 8 o'clock, 8:15 we finish. And then he said, okay, stand up for arati. He just did a few lines, and after that we decided to have the puja separate. So on Thursday gone, we did the puja. I am very happy that by the grace of my Guru and the blessing of my parents, I was able and still able to share this with you. This is the purpose of wearing these clothes, of getting the two heirs bore, wearing the janu and all these things. When they bore the right side, they tell you, study the scriptures with the purpose of teaching others. When Pandits get their heirs bore, it's not for style. The choice of airing after is for style. And then when they bore the left side, they say that you will protect the cow and women. And if I had on a short sleeve kurta, you would see on this side it says, Matrude Bhava, Pitrude Bhava, Acharade Bhava, Atide Bhava. It says, Satyamvara Dharmam Chara Swadhya Anma Pramadaha. This is chapter 13, Taittiriya Upanishad, known as a Shikshavali. It is a promise that they make you swear onto before they make you a Pandit in the first place. When you get chance, Taittiriya Upanishad, chapter 13 is known as the Shikshavali. Up till this day, it is used as the convocation speech in the Banaras Hindu University in India. It is a blessing to be here. And I am only able to be this person because of my Guru. It is said that if God and Guru stand side by side, who do you bow to first? All the great ones say, bow to your Guru. Because even though standing there, until your Guru tells you and shows you who God is, you'd probably never know. You'd never figure it out. The Guru would tell you if that is God standing there or not. God sends your Guru to you, but it is your Guru who shows you how to find God. Therefore, I owe everything that you hear, everything that you see. I owe that job to the one and only Sadguru Sankhya Shavras. In my lifetime, I've been able to meet many great souls, Jadguru, Swami Divyananda Tirtha Saraswati, Shankaracharya, and the Dr. Sri Ganapati, Sachidananda Swamiji, And to all of them, I bow my head again and again. Guru Om Shiva Om, Guru Om Shiva Om, Guru Om Shiva Om, Guru Om Shiva Om, Kar Jaya Guru Om, Kar Jaya Shiva Om, Om Jaya Guru Om, Kar Jaya Shiva Om. Om Jaya Guru Kar Jaya Shiva Om Jaya Guru Kar Jaya Shiva Guru Shiva Guru Shiva Hera 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 Radhe Shyam 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 Kar Jaya Guru Kar Jaya Shiva Om Jaya Guru Kar Jaya Shiva Om Jaya Guru Kar Jaya Shiva Guru Shiva. वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की, महागणपति स्वामी की, सद्गुरु महाराज की. Someone messaged the Facebook page and said, Pundit, what did you read last night? I said, Katha. I said, Ganesh Katha? I said, kinda. He said, Ganesh Puran Katha? I said, no. Say, how come? I said, which I have to repeat today. This is the disclaimer. Tonight's Katha does not come from Skanda Puran. It does not come from Shiva Puran. It does not come from Ganesh Puran. It does not come from the Ganapati Upanishad. It does not come from anything that says in its writings about Mahaganapati. In the mythology of Ganesh Katha, when once upon a time his mother fed him so many sweets, the modaka, laddu and everything else, leaving his mother's house, going for a nighttime drive, like I told you, jumping on his mooshak, the mouse hit a pothole, and because he was in Trinidad, actually, he came Trinidad, and the mouse hit a pothole and fell off balance, and Mahaganapati fell down, and the snake that he would use to tie his belly like a belt came loose, and he fell down, his crown fell off his head and all these things. And Chandrama, you see, in the old Ganapati arati, says, that is the one that I grew up with, where it says, एकदंत एकदंत गज वरण विनायक त्रियन्य रूप नूप धरे पाघ खम्बसो उदर पुष्ट है देव चंद्रमा हास्य करे. The moon god, he laughed at Mahaganapati. And then देयो श्राप श्री चंद्र देव को कलहिन तत्काल करे 14 लोक में फिरे गणपति 3 लोक में राज्य करे. That part of it where it says Dev Chandrama Hasikare, he laughed at him, the moon. And then Mahaganapati got upset and said, you don't know? My stomach is only this big and I had to tie it because I had my mother's food. He said, be careful, oh Chandrama. I would eat mama's food until I can't make anymore. You laugh at me because I had Devi Parvati Mata's food and you laugh at me. You don't know why I look like this. I will lose the weight maybe, hopefully. But you're laughing, you misunderstand. Therefore, anybody who looks at your face on my birthday shall be misunderstood. Bhagavan Krishna mistakenly did this very same thing, my friends. He looked at the moon on Ganapati Jayanti, the very first day of the Utsav, and he was called a thief at one point in time. That happened in Bhagavatam, the 10th book, chapter 56 and 57. It says that those who listen to the tale, the kata, of when Bhagavan Krishna redeemed himself from being called a thief, they are also absolved of that same problem. And that is why it says, by tradition, is not law, it is tradition that whoever reads first in a yajna in the Utsav would read this katha to alleviate the problems of those who would have seen the moon on Ganesh Jayanti day. So yes, it's not Ganesh Puran, but it's Ganesh Katha because it is to help alleviate the pain and problems of those who would be misunderstood. You will be misunderstood for a whole year, they say. Imagine. So this is the Katha of Bhagavan Krishna, yes. But I promise to do 2 more or 3 more Mahaganapati Devata Bhajans in between so that you will still be in the mood of Ganesh Yajna. So for those who looked at the moon, this is the Katha to fix that problem. Now we okay? Uncle Sun? Safe? So because we're doing Bhagavat Mahapuran Katha, the law in that dictates we must chant Bhagavat Puran Sumiran. रिद्धि सिद्धि दाता सिद्धि सरन वारन वरन सुमिरो बारंबार मदन कदन की लाल को गणपति कृपा निधान ज्ञान कानी आनंद भवन देह मोहि वरदान अर्णो भाष भागवत जय शिव आनंद कांद भूतनाथ भव भय हरणा भक्ति विषय निरवंद गौरवरन मंगल करना हे ब्रज चंद्र मुकुंद ब्रजभूषण दूषण हरणा आतहु भव भय पंड चरण शारण लिया न कर। जय 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 जगदीश सेवत शेष महेश यज। महिमामित अभेव देर पीर जानत नहीं। देहु मोहि वरदान राधावर यवर सदा। प्रेम बरी मुस्कान नित चित में खटखट रहे। मोहि चाहिए कछु नाहि और वस्तु प्रभु जगत की। बसी रहे मन माही यह पाकी चाकी सदा। लिए लगती हाथ ज्ञान की पीछ पीरत। ग्वाल पाल लिए साथ और मकुट शिर पर धरे। कर मुरली उर्माल शेषम गुट कति पीत पत। याच विसो नललाल बस हृदय मम निसी दिवस। गुरु पर रज धर शीश। कहो भागवत की कथा जो सुख देव मुनीश। कहीं परीक्षित नृपति सो। कहीं परीक्षित नृपति सो। कहीं परीक्षित नृपति सो। वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। महागणपति स्वामी की जय। Andy, yes, this one, the tabla, just drop a little bit. So I'll get to it. That's too bad, no, you know. With me on stage today, to the front, with the mridangam is Kiran Sankhya, and his darling Dulahin is here today. Chitrani is here, yes. And his Dulahin is the tabla player's sister. This is Abhi Raja Ragunanan, whose grandparents are from where I was born. His grandparents are from Ravin Sabrut in Londonville. He and his Dulahin, Valerie Ji, is also here. So to both you boys, thank you very, very much for being here. And on percussion behind them in the white kurta is my brother Nari. Next to him, I only know you as Suknanan. Suku's son. But your first name is? Shivan. He was one of the finalists in the recently concluded Independence National Classical Singing Competition, which I am sure in 2-3 years' time you will win. Behind them is my brother Andy, and this is the team here today. Yogi is taking care of the live stream, and yesterday you saw one of my sisters, Candice. Today the other sister is here, Crystal, who's my transport. She's here with Celine and Selena and her grandma, Mama Ganesh, all the way from Laramin. So to all of you who are here, my friends and family from Chinmaya Mission is here, Shivana is here, and the entire Ramdan Jaipal team is here. My supporters from a very, very long time. Bhagavad Katha comes to you today from chapter 57 of the 10th book of Bhagavatam. And this episode of the mouse with Ganesha only happened recently, Because in the 4 ages, there are 4 Ganapatis. It is my wish, when we were having some trouble in the accommodations at the Mandir, I told Ganesh, don't fear, and Vishesh is somewhere here. I said, don't fear, we'll go in the savannah. So said, so done, we were in the savannah. When the savannah gave us some trouble, I said, Ganesh, put the murti by your house now, boy. He said, Yeshua, I said, yeah, you go fit? I said, yeah. And there we have it, the murti is at his house. This idea of Ganesha on the mouse that caused the calamity with Bhagwan Krishna and all these things is one of 4 Ganeshas. In all the ages, there's a Ganesha for each age. Did you know that? Now you're going to find out. So it's my dream, in the same way we went from temple to savannah to here, it's my dream to have one day a yajna with the 4 major forms of Ganapati, and every year the murti gets bigger and bigger and bigger until we are just under the regulations of the tea and tech lines. Or if you have to do the yajna in an open field like, Pierre Road Savannah, put 4 big Ganeshas in the open area, we do that. In Satyug, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga and Kali Yuga, there's a Ganesha for each one. In Dwapar Yuga, he is Gajanana. Say that. He is Gajanana. This is Ganesha on the mouse. But there's another Ganesha where he sits on a lion, Simha Ganapati. And there's another Ganapati where he sits on a horse. These different Ganapatis are for the different ages. You see, in Satyug, they worshipped one Ganesha. And until the Satyug finished, that was the form they worshipped, which is Ganesh on a horse. Because he is the one that comes at the end of Kali Yuga. So when he comes at that time, follow this, he's the last known form. He's the one who worshipped all through Satyug. In Satyug, Ganesha comes on the lion. Different color Ganesha on the lion. And in that form, in Satyug, when he comes and shows up in Satyug, the people of the next age, Treta Yuga, will be worshipping that last Ganesha form. Now in Treta Yuga, he shows up on a peacock known as Mayureshwara. That's Treta Yuga. So people in Dwapar Yuga will worship that last form of Ganesha on the peacock. In Dwapar Yuga, he shows up as Ganesha on the mouse, Gajanan. Which is why at the end of Dwapar Yuga, when he shows up there and the age changes, now in this Kali Yuga, we worship the Ganesha of the last age. So every Satyug, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga and Kali Yuga, there's a Ganesha for each age. So my aim, my wish is to have a Ganapati of each. One on the lion, one on the peacock, one on the mouse and one on the horse. All 4, and then I'll stay with those 4. This is the 28th time that we are doing this yajna. The puja says, Baba will tell you, Kali Yuge, Kali Pratam, Charana, Jambudvipe, Atlantic Mahasagri, West Indies, Kandi, Trinidad Deshe, Felicity Ganesh, amigo, Ashta Vincitame Kali Yuge. Savi? Sitaram. Ashta Vincitame. This is the 28th time we had COVID-19. This is the 28th time that you've survived. This is the 28th time that we are having these discussions again and again and again. 28th time. Think of it. 28th time we had Matsya Avatar, Kurma Avatar, Vara Avatar, and all these other avatars, Narasimha, Vamana, Parasurama, Ramachandra, Krishna Devata, Buddha, and then Kalki, who is yet to come. 28th time. The world is in a cycle. It's Satyug, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, Kali Yuga, again and again and again and again. That is why in one katha, one of the ages, The katha goes, Devi Mata took the dirt from her skin and made the murti. Second time, she prayed to Bhagwan Krishna, he appeared and then was given life. Sorry, he was as her child. Third time, he appeared from light. Fourth time, fifth time, sixth time, 28 times, the age continues and the katha has slight changes. This is why in the discussions of the scriptures, there are small little adjustments for different time frames. This is why, as well, in our lifetime, we would have experiences and we would have situations that would trigger memories that are hidden and kept in our subconscious. You've seen on news and you've seen on the internet all over, where there are children who have been born with natural talents at a very, very young age. Some of them are chess wizards, scientists, geniuses, and all these things, mathematicians, at a very, very young age. I saw a video recently of a kid, 4 years old, playing all the great music on piano of, Bach and Mozart and all these things. Why? Because the soul accumulates the good and the bad karma, and when that soul leaves one body and goes to another, it carries with it the residual energy and some memory. So it only takes one piano note to trigger the memories in that soul, and all of a sudden all the memories come rushing back to that individual, to all of us who are here. All of you who are here were always in puja. You were always in devotion. It took something at one point in time for that trigger to happen, for you to tell yourself that you know the difference, good and bad and all these things, from being in one type of company to the other. You know for yourself. You choose. It is a choice to be here. It is a choice to not be anywhere else in any of the establishments on this same road. And there are many to choose from. This church, Pierre Road, Karni Savannah Road, all over. But you've chosen to be here. Why? Because something tells you within, this is the blessing of Mahaganapati. This is the blessing of Vairagya. This is the blessing of discrimination. This is the blessing of right thinking. This is the blessing of you being able to discriminate, of being able to separate in your mind what you should do and what you should not do, what is right, what is wrong. Ganapati Utsav celebrates the Lord who is the giver of wisdom, the one who removes obstacles. Yes. But which obstacles do you want to get removed? Is your boss giving you trouble? Is the neighbor always throwing things in your yard? Are you having trouble in school? Are you writing an exam over and over? Are these the troubles that you are facing, or are the troubles within you? Is it that you believe you have some sort of fear with the neighbor you're not getting along with, that you can't speak to them properly and discuss the situation? Or is it that in the exam that you're trying to pass how much times, you've not been able to because you've not applied yourself properly, or you're applying yourself the same way over and over and expecting different results? By the way, that is the definition of being crazy. Doing the same thing over and over and looking for a different result. And one? As well as, what are the troubles and problems? You say, Nirvignam Gurume Deva Sarvakareshu Sarva. You chant again and again, Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha, Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha, Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. We put 1,000 laddus the other day, 1,000 dubgras, 1,000 flowers and all these things. What did you pray for? Mahaganapati is none other than the energy of the Muladhara Chakra that sits at the base of your spine. When this mantra, Gam, is chanted again and again in a calm situation, in a balanced atmosphere, Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha, it is said to empower the water molecules in your bloodstream, in your skin, in your body. Mahaganapati is the presiding deity of water. When the water molecules that is, becomes energized and excited, they begin to vibrate, like when it becomes to boil. That vibrating energy within you is allowed to settle according to the mantra that you chant with the sound vibration. That becomes able to control your breath. It controls your heartbeat. It controls the blood flowing in and out of your brain and your lungs and your heart and everything else. And it allows your entire being to be settled. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. This is the stirring energy, the shaking energy that allows positivity to begin to rise. Going upward and forward from there is the job of different deities and different devatas, different mantras. Lam, Ram, Vam, Sham, Yam, Sam, Om. The mantras, the bijaksharas that protect the different chakras, where the nadis all crisscross, these energy points crisscross in your body. You cannot get to the top of the 1,000-petaled lotus, the Sahasra Chakra, if you don't start at the beginning, at the bottom, at the base. That is why in yoga, Mahaganapati is important. In education, in discipline, Mahaganapati is important. He is not just the deity to just pray to him and he will simply appear and like Harry Potter hit you with a magic wand and you pass the exams. No, that's not the idea. The idea, you pray for the opening up of your mind and the beginning of the free flow of energy in your heart, in your body, in everything, so that you can begin to unlock the energy within you. It's not today these boys are playing music, all four of them on stage. It took a very first day, a very first note. I remember the very, very first time I saw Kiran in Todd Street Temple in San Fernando. He's one of Dexter's best students of the past days. I would see him then. It took a long time. You think Dhaniram Sankar makes murtis just so? They don't always come out like this. Never used to before. He took time to perfect his craft. Now these are on par with the ones that we import. And Savi, just as beautiful. That's why we should we should export from Trinidad instead of import from India. Okay, no, I didn't say that. Sorry. Choice is still yours. It is not just like that. So Mahaganapati doesn't automatically remove troubles. No, what he does is he's allowing the energy that has to be unlocked. Pray for your troubles to begin to be removed. Not just, God is not an ATM to go with a wish list. God is not Massey or JTA. You can't just go and shop for what you want and just say, God, here. No matter what I do, what I've done, what I said, here. This is my prayer, bless me with I want this, I want that, I want the next. No. God's prayer to all of you, God's instruction to all of you is like churning the butter to get the sari on top. The milk has to be put and turned and turned and turned and turned and turned. The sari, the dahi, the ghee, everything is in the milk, but it has to be worked. And not just like that, not two turns, you sit down for a while. Like when you used to make ice cream a long time? In the pail, take some time. That is Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Moria. Mangala Murti Moria. Mangala Murti Moria. Mangala Murti Moria. I had my eyes closed. All of you were clapping? All of you were singing? I wasn't hearing you. Sing. Sing and ask the Lord to take care of your troubles. Ask to be the recipient of the blessing that your problems would begin to leave you one by one. Let the energy you need in your life be unlocked. Let the blessing that you need to find you. Join your hands and clap. Om Gam Ganapataye Namo Nama Sri Sindhi Vinayak Namo Nama Ashta Vinayak Namo Nama Ganapati Bappa Moriya Gam Ganapataye Namo Nama Sri Sindhi Vinayak Namo Nama Ashta Vinayak Namo Nama Ganapati Bappa Moriya Gam Ganapataye Namo Nama Sri Sindhi Vinayak Namo Nama Ashta Vinayak Namo Nama Ganapati Bappa Moriya Gam Ganapataye Namo Nama Sri Sindhi Vinayak Namo Nama Ashta Vinayak Namo Nama Ganapati Bappa Moriya Ganapati Bappa Moriya Ganapati Bappa Moriya Ganapati Bappa Moriya Moriya Re Bappa Moriya Re Moriya Re Bappa Moriya Re Moriya 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 Re Moriya 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 Re Moriya Re Bappa Moriya Re Moriya Re Bappa Moriya Re Moriya 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 Re Moriya 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 Re Moriya Re Bappa Moriya Re Moriya Re Bappa Moriya Re Bappa Moriya Re Bappa Moriya Re Bappa Moriya Re Mahaganapati Swami ki Jai Ho. I pray that the beginning of the end of all of your troubles begins in this Utsav. Sadguru Maharaj ki. Okay. Bhagavatam. Sri Varyanirvacha Vigyatarato Pikubindo Dagdhana Karana Pandavan Kuntim Cha Kaulyakarane Sah Ramo Yayau Kurum Bhishmam Gripam Sabaduram Gandharim Dronamevacha Tulyadvikaucha Sangamya Akashtam Miti Hochatu Labadhvai Tandandaram Rajan Santadhanvanam Muttatu Akrura Kratavarmano Manihikshaman Grihiyate Narayanaaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namah Narayanaaya Krishnaya Paramatmaya Namo Namah Mahaganapati Swami ki. Now remember, yesterday I remind you, Satyajit got the gem from Suranarayan Swami. Bhagavan Krishna asked for it one time. He was denied. Prasena, Satyajit's brother, took the gem, went hunting, met a lion, lion killed him, lion took the gem. The lion went to Jambavan's cave, same Jambavan from Treta Yuga in Ramayan. Jambavan killed the lion, Jambavan took the gem, gave the gem to his son to play with. When people realized that Prasena was killed, everyone blamed Bhagavan Krishna because Bhagavan Krishna asked Satyajit for the gem. So Satyajit said, maybe Bhagavan Krishna followed my brother and killed him because he wanted a gem. Bhagavan Krishna is a thief. Krishna Kannaiya Lal could not stand this stain on his character, and he took a few friends from Dwaraka, went and found the body of Prasena, followed the lion's tracks to the cave of Jambavan, went and even fought with Jambavanta Mahamuni, the great warrior himself, who did not know, did not recognize, and I told you yesterday, that is the blessing you are praying for. You should want to pray for the blessing in your life that you can see. Sometimes we don't even know the blessing that is in front of us. Sometimes we don't even know the blessing is next to us, or we are in the presence of a blessing. We are sometimes in the presence of people who can help us or make us better, and we don't even recognize because we are too veiled by our own pride and our own ego. We are too veiled and we are shadowed by the problems of our own hearts and minds, and we fail to recognize sometimes even the positivity right in our own presence. Pray. Jambavant realized after some good licks, Because remember, he is Brahma Devata on earth. He told to himself, the person who is putting me down like this has to be either Mahavishnu walking here or Lord Shiva. So what happens? Jambavan said, I bow to you, realize that Bhagwan Krishna was none other than Maryada Purushottam Kodandarama Jashadat Putra Kausalyanandan Lokabhirama. Realizing who it was, he gave the gem to Bhagwan Krishna and he gave his daughter Satyabhama, gave her to Bhagwan Krishna as one of his queens. I was trying to remember yesterday. Did you check, Ji? You checked? The 8 wives of Bhagwan Krishna, the 8 main queens are, say after me, say Rukmini, Satyabhama, Jambavati, Kalindi, Mitravinda, Naginjati, Bhadra and Lakshmana. Now, not Lakshman from Ramayana, Lakshmana. This is different. When you add the extra A to someone's name, it gives you the female version. Shiv is Shankara Bhagwan. Shiva is Parvati. Krishna is Murari, Govinda. Krishna is Radha. Ram is the warrior, Dashrath's son. Rama is Sita. Now you know. Shiv is correct? Shivana, that's correct? Shivana Samlal is one of the Sanskrit teachers at the Chinmaya mission. If I'm wrong, she'll half strangle me afterwards. Rama is the female version of Ram. Krishna is female version of Krishna. Or in Bhojpuri they say Kisn. That's why we get Kisna or Kistu. All the Bhojpuri versions of the original names. Jambavati gave Jambavati to Bhagwan Krishna. When everything was sorted out, Satyajit gave the jewel again to Bhagwan Krishna. After he returned it back and forth. And Satyajit gave his daughter Satyabhama to Bhagwan Krishna. Now Rukmini Devi has 2 friends, 2 co-queens to help her take care of Bhagwan Krishna. Says, after that, although when he heard reports, Bhagwan Krishna, when he heard reports that the Pandavas and Queen Kunti were burned to death in the house of wax, this is from Mahabharata, he went with Balarama, his brother, to the kingdom of the Kurus to figure out the situation. The 2 lords met with Bhishma, Kripa, Vidura, Gandhari and Drona and discussed that entire situation. Chapter 57 of Book 10 of Bhagavatam said, when Bhagwan Krishna and Balaram, the great warrior, were out of the Dwarika, the king Akrura and Kritavarma, they went to Satyadhanva and said, why don't we take this Syamantaka gem? Yo sma bhayam sampatishrutya kanyaratnam vigharya naha Krishna yadana Satyajit kshamad bharatam anviyat. Satyajit promised his daughter to us initially, but look how he has changed his mind and given his daughter to Bhagwan Krishna. Why then should Satyajit remain alive? Their minds thus influenced, the wicked Satyadhanva murdered Satyajit in his sleep out of greed. In this way, Satyajit's life came to an end. All the women in the palace screamed and cried. Satyadhanva took the jewel and left. When Satyabhama Satyabhama cha pitaram hatam viksha sucharpita Vilapyatata tateti ha hatasmiti muhyate. When Satyabhama saw her father lying lifeless, she was plunged into grief. The ceremonies were taken care of for Satyajit, and when Bhagwan Krishna was told of the situation, they said to each other, him and Balaram, they spoke. Even though we are chanting shlokas from Bhagavatam, I promised you yesterday, we will make the chant into the chant of Mahaganapati. So now sing. With mask or no mask, sing. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Dandakarena Rausho Rajan Anushritya Mrilokatam Ahona Paramam Gashtam Itrashrako Vilepatu. Sing. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Agata Bhagavan Tasmat Sabharya Sagara Jahapuram Sat Dhanvan Marebhe Hantum Haritum Manim Tatha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Sing. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Sopi krityodhyamam jyatva bhita prana paripshaya sahaye gata varmanam ayachatta chachapravi. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Sing. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. 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 Mahaganapati Swami ki jai. Says, when Bhagwan Krishna heard, he told to Balaram, oh my goodness, they're going to blame me again, which they did. What happened was, this is a great tragedy, and tears filled the eyes of Bhagwan Sri Krishna. The Supreme Lord returned to his capital with his wife, Dwaraka. In the city he came there with his wife and elder brother, and after arriving in Dwaraka, he made his plans to go and find Satadhanva, who killed Satyajit, and take the jewel from him. Imagine, Bhagwan Krishna, who made a promise not to ever pick up the Sudarshan Chakra unless necessary, he changed his mind one time and said, this man has to die. Very few times though, in Bhagavatam, Bhagwan Krishna actually picked up the Sudarshan Chakra. So that's about 2 or 3 times. Upon learning that Bhagwan Krishna was set out for him, Satdhanva was absolutely scared. To save himself, he approached someone known as Krita Varma. See that? Krita Varma. And begged him for help. But Krita Varma said, Naham Ishwarayoho Kuryam Helanam Rama Krishnayoho Kono Kshemaya Kalpeta Tayuru Vrijjanam Acharan. I dare not offend the Supreme Lords Krishna and Balaram. Indeed, what craziness is this? How can I offend them and expect to survive? Kamsa and all his followers lost wealth, all their wealth and even their lives because of having enemyship towards them. And even after fighting them for 17 times, Jarasandha was also left on the ground. Then Satadhanva went to Akrura and begged for his help. Akrura, just like Kritavarma, said, friend, going up against the gods is foolishness. And this is the prayer I want you to ask in this Utsav. When someone comes to you with a crazy idea, you know there's a prayer in another great religion that says, lead us not into temptation. Ask Bhagwan Ganapati. Bless you when you ask for your troubles to be taken care of. They say Mahaganapati removes obstacles. The obstacle I want you to pray for to have removed is lust, greed, anger, temptation, laziness. Tell Mahaganapati, Lord Ganesha, that these are the obstacles that I want you to remove. You who are Surya Koti Samprabha, as brilliant as a million suns, remove these obstacles from me and allow the energy that lies at the base of my spine. Let that energy be able to rise through my consciousness. That energy at the base of the Muladhara Chakra is none other than the Kundalini Shakti. It is the energy of his divine mother, Shakti Mata. Mahaganapati guards that. In the same way, in the kata, he was guarding the doorway and he lost his head with the fight with Lord Shiva. This kata, you know. And I was telling them, Savi, that yesterday, if that fight never happened between Lord Shiva Shankara and the baby boy Ganesha, up till now, he would never have had the Ganesh head. He would have been looking just like Bhagwan Sri Krishna. Imagine that. But the katha goes how it has to, and now he has this look, this form. Satadhanva begged Akrura and he begged Kritavarma to help. But they both realized he was going into the wrong direction. Ask Mahaganapati in the Utsav, God, please take me out of places and away from people that will corrupt me so much that I will lose all my wealth, I will lose my name, my fame, my good standing in society. Please take me far away. God, if they are the trouble, then move them out from my life. Like I saw a post on Facebook recently, that you turn around to walk backwards inside the house when you use half of the trouble yourself. Well, use an next word, but you know, you turn around and walk inside the house so spirits will follow you. And this time, well, you know, you causing half of your own problems. We do lots of things, you know. And we wish for God to simply do the Hogwarts magic and just make it happen. Don't work so. God is not a magician. God is not an ATM. God is not like a crystal ball. God's blessing is the butter that hides inside the milk. Only by rigorous and constant and consistent action of prayer, devotion, belief, purity of heart, mind and soul can you even begin to find the beauties that lie within this very lifetime. Churn your life every day. Churn your mind. Churn your heart and purify yourselves day by doing as much good as you can for as many people as you can for as long as you can. Do that, my friends. When it says Akrura was telling to Satadhanva, as a child, Bhagwan Krishna took up the entire mountain one time. You want me to offend him? He is the Supreme Soul, my dear King. Don't even think about this anymore. His appeal being rejected by Akrura, Satadhanva left the gem with Akrura and left on a horse and ran far away. Krishna and Balaram mounted their chariot and came now to the outskirts of Mithila. The horse that Satadhanva was riding on collapsed. Terrified, he abandoned the horse and began to run, with Bhagwan Krishna right behind him. The more Satadhanva ran on foot, the Supreme Lord, also going on foot, cut off his head as he was running. Then the Lord searched his physical body for the gem. Not finding it, Bhagwan Krishna now told to Balaram, "Oh my goodness, we have killed Satadhanva innocently." Balaram said, "Indeed, he must have left the gem with someone. We have to go back there and find it." And he said, "Balaram, Bhagwan Krishna's brother, I wish to go to see the king of Videha." Balaram went to Mithila, and Bhagwan Krishna realized that things were not going his way. The Almighty Lord Balarama stayed in Mithila for several years, and during that time, Dhritarashtra's son Duryodhana learned the complete art of fighting from him. Bhagwan Krishna returned to Dwarika and told everyone of how Satadhanva died and of his own failure to find the Syamantaka jewel. Keshavo Dwarikam etya nidhanam Satadhanvanaha aprapatim cha me praha priyaha priya krid vibhuhu. He was eager to please Satyabhama. Bhagwan Krishna didn't want to upset her any more than she already was. And then, after thinking for a time, it says, Akrura Kritavarma, who had originally planned to incite Satadhanva to commit this crime, they also fled Dwarika. In Akrura's absence, all ill signs, all bad signs arose in Dwarika city. And the citizens began to suffer from continuous physical and mental distress. What happened was, some of the people proposed, Iti Ango Parishante Eke Vishmritya Praga Udharatam Munivasa Nivase Kim Kateta Satya Dharshanam Deve Varajate Kashisha Sabhalkyaya Gattaya Yave Swasutam Gandinim Pradata Tato Varasatsma Kashishu Tatsutastat Prabhavos Ava Akruru Yatra Yatraha Devo Bhi Varasate Thatra No Pattapa Namarika Narayanaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha Narayanaya Krishnaya Paramatmaya Namo Namaha Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai Mahaganapati Swami Ki Jai. It says, even though they were in the presence of Bhagwan Krishna, everybody started to look at him as though he was the cause of all these bad signs that began to appear in the city of Dwarika. It said, when Bhagwan Indra had once upon a time held up the rein, the king of the city of Benares, Kashi, gave his daughter Gandhini, who was then visiting him, and by the blessing of the giving of the gift of the Kanya, the daughter, rain fell again there. Wherever his son Akrura stays, Lord Indra will provide sufficient rain, and as you know, rain gives water for plants and animals and everything. So because Akrura and Satadhanva was hiding from Krishna, Krishna is being blamed for the drought and the famine in the city. So now first he is a thief, second he's a murderer, and now he's causing drought. You see how it adds up? Just imagine if you didn't hear this katha. In a year time from now, what happened to you? Those of you who looked at the moon, that is. Hearing these words, Bhagavan Krishna, aware that the absence of Akrura was only because of his own doing, tried to find him. It says, sending messengers to find him, Bhagavan Krishna sent the invitation that nothing will happen to him, no trouble will come to him if he returns peacefully. And you see, if the Pandavas and the Kauravas could have settled things like this, there'd be no Mahabharata war. But then again, if there was no Mahabharata war, then we wouldn't have no Gita. So Bhagavad Gita is a silver lining in the thunderstorm of the occurrence of the Mahabharata. Bhagavan Krishna sent for Akrura with the promise and the blessing that if you come peacefully, nothing will happen to you. We continue. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. 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 Odavitambhashainam Hatha Vindva Priyakata Yatha Kil Chittanya Syamantaka Vidita Purvam Evana. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Satrajitu napatyatva grihinordenitu suta bhayam niniyapa pindan vimuchanam cha shishitam. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Dhatapi dhurdarasthvanyais Tvaye ashtam surate manihi kintu mamangraja samyaha na pratyeti manim prati. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Sing. Om Gam Ganapataye. Harshayasva mahabhaga annunam shantim mava. Amyuchannamadhastetya Varadante Rukmavedayaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Mahaganapati Swami ki Jai. Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki Jai. Bhagavan Krishna is so easy to please. You think, they call Bhagavan Shiva Bhola Bandhari because he is easy to please. Bhola Bandhari. Chale Bole Bandhari, Chale Nand ki Savari. Bhagavan Krishna is even easier. Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yomi Bhakti Prayachate. With one leaf, one flower, one fruit, a drop of water, he is easily pleased. In Mahabharata, when Draupadi had the vessel that could not have finished until she had the food, that day she had the food after feeding the Pandavas. And then Durvasa Mahamuni came with 10,000 of his followers and asked for food. And she said, there's no more food. And she prayed and prayed, Madhava Madana Murari, help me. Bhagavan Krishna appeared there. He said, have you already ate from the vessel? She said, yes. He said, well, I can't help you. Is it completely empty? She says, yes. He said, no, I don't think so. Check and see. There was one dried tulsi leaf at the base of the vessel. Bhagavan Krishna took that, had it, and his stomach felt filled. At the same time, Durvasa and his thousands of devotees who were there, bathing in the river and coming up to Draupadi Devi, immediately they had a belly as huge as Ganesha. They felt their stomach were filled, and they left and said, Mata, it is okay. Bhagavan Krishna is very, very easily pleased, my friends. Says, with the promise that nothing will happen to Akrura, Bhagavan Krishna welcomed him back to Dwarika, greeted him and spoke nice words to him. He said, O Master of Charity, surely the beautiful Syamantaka gem by which all of us have been getting in trouble was left in your care by Satdhanva and is still with you. We have known this all along. Bhagavan Krishna is now pacifying the situation. Since Satyajit had no sons, his daughter's sons should receive this inheritance. They should pay for memorial offerings of water and pinda and all these things and perform the rites for their ancestor. They could now keep the jewel carefully. Oh, trustworthy Akrura, because no one else can keep it. But please show the jewel just once. My elder brother Balarama does not believe fully that I have told him what I have told him about it. In this way, O most fortunate one, you will pacify my entire family. Everyone knows you have the jewel because you are now continually having lots of gold that you make offerings with on your daily basis. Remember I said yesterday, wherever the Syamantaka gem is kept, it produces gold. You know, like how they have shaligram. It's as if you have a proper shaligram and you worship it within the shaligram, it produces gold, like by the dust, every day. Once you worship it properly with tulasi and ganga jal and all these things. Shaligram, which is a fossil type stone with the carvings in it, produces gold, dust daily. The Syamantaka gem does the same thing, it produces gold. That is how Akrura began to offer gold in golden wares and golden vessels. Bhagavan Krishna said, only because you've been getting free gold, you're able to start offering gold on your altar. We know that you have the gem, O Akrura. Thus, being ashamed by Bhagavan Krishna's words, the son of Swapalka, Akrura, brought out the jewel from where he had it, concealed in his clothing, and gave it to the Lord. And the gem once again shone like the sun itself. The Almighty Lord, Bhagavan Krishna, had shown the Syamantaka jewel to his relatives and now dispelling the accusations against him that he had not stolen it and he had not killed and he had not caused anyone to leave the city because of this. Everybody, yaste vetad bhagavata ishwarasya vishnur viryadhyam virajna haramsu mangalam cha Akyanam pattiti srityo anusmaredava tushkirtim duritam apohya yate shantim. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. This episode, with descriptions of the abilities of Mahavishnu, who is none other than Bhagavan Krishna, removes the sinful actions and the doubt of people's minds and bestows all auspiciousness. Anyone who hears this katha or remembers it will have his own accusations against him cleared, and any doubts that are put upon you by any misgivings are cleared by hearing of how Bhagavan Krishna redeemed his own self. It is said that anyone who has looked at the moon on Ganesh Jayanti day, having heard this katha in both parts yesterday and today, you are also now, by the power of Bhagavan Krishna, now also absolved of the sin or of the mistake of looking at the moon on Ganesh Jayanti Day. Boliye Sri Mahaganapati Swami ki, Boliye Sri Mahavishnu Bhagwan ki, Sadguru Maharaj ki Jai. See, now all of us are square. To whom we thank all our sponsors for making it possible. Uncle Ramesh, Auntie Sherry, Auntie Shirley, and my sister Sherry and Omkar and all these wonderful people at Sankhya television. Now, having done that part of it, I wish to just share with you one or two more things that I would like for you to continue during this Utsav. Because you are doing the sadhana, you are doing the puja and the worship. I want for you to practice even after performing the puja of Lord Sri Mahaganapati. If it is that you wish to continue this puja, and in your heart and in your mind, even if you receive the mala or not in a couple days' time, if for on your own you wish to continue, if you have a regular Ganapati Murti in your house, in your home, and you have him there on a Wednesday or Thursday, depending on your time, or even if your patra is red and the Pundit says on so-and-so day, on a Monday, you should wear red and face east and do your puja, whatever days according to the Jyotish, you can do. But most times on the Wednesday, if you can get 108 of the soft dubgras, not the hard one, the soft one, the tender one, you offer 108 times dubgras to Mahaganapati and simply chant Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Now there are other mantras, Om Bhakta Ganapataye Namaha, Lakshmi Ganapataye Namaha, Varada Ganapataye Namaha. A couple of years ago I mentioned all these mantras to you. And then there's the Ganapati Moola Mantra, Om Shreem Hreem Gleem Gam Ganapataye Varavarada Sarvajanamme Vashamanaya Swaha. If you want to get this mantra, it's on YouTube. Just go type up Ganapati Moola Mantra. For your children to be successful in school, to be successful in life in general, if you could offer 108 dubgras to Mahaganapati on Wednesdays as a family, and if you can, make small laddu. When I say small, not big ones, small, very small. So much so about 10 could fit in your hand, like that. And you have the sticks and everything, and one person from the house offers one laddu each time, and then somebody else, you offer ghee on top. You can offer dubgras to the murti, offer laddus in havan. These two things please Mahaganapati a lot. Laddus in havan, laddus at the murti, ghee in havan, or you can offer sticks. Have the camphor lit there, don't put any sticks in the havan, and by one, take a small stick, maybe a couple inches long, dip in the ghee, and you put in the fire, and you keep adding. This is one way you can do it, because in the Atharvashesha, like I mentioned a couple days ago, the last verse says, Yo saja sammidir yajati sasarvam labate. Yo modaka sahastrena yajati savanchta palamavapnoti. Yo durvan mukkair yajati sarvaishna vano pamo bhavati. Yo tajar yajati sayushavan bhavati samedhavan bhavati. If you offer dubgras, you offer laddus, or you offer sticks dipped in ghee, you shall have the benefit and the blessings of Mahaganapati. Not to appear like a magician and take care of troubles, but to allow you to be guided in the right way. Think of yourself like a little bachak at the base of a mango tree. Climbing up this mango tree, little insect has a lot of choices going up the huge trunk, lots of branches. Yes? A branch could bring him to a dead end, as in a broken branch. Another pathway could bring him to a leaf. another to a flower, another to a mango. And I'm not going to get into discussions what type of mango tree it is, because I may lose friends. Some people think some mangoes are superior to others. The ant or the bachak may get to one branch end, may get to a leaf, may get to a flower, may get to a fruit. Our life is a simple series of decisions of which branch to keep taking. Pray and ask. Because Mahaganapati removes obstacles, remove the doubt. Sometimes you're at a crossroad in your life. What to do, if to do. Ask and pray. Every Wednesday, offer the dub grass and offer the hawan. Hawan burns away all your troubles. Hawan burns away all your problems. And you may hear mantras, but the sound vibration of that seed mantra, that bijakshara mantra of gam, is so powerful. I need a few more days just to explain the power of the sound of the mantra. Those of you who are into yoga will understand. Those of you who are into sciences will understand. But it will take a long time to explain the power of the sound of the mantra. And in a short way, in a simple way for me to explain, if in this whole celebration here, in this utsav, in this audience, there's one person here named Sun, my uncle Sun from Nikindra. If I look this way and I call out to him, Sun, he's not there, but he's hearing my voice calling him. If I turn around and face the other way and say Sun softly, he'll hear my voice still. But if I sit facing directly to him and say, Uncle Sun, namaste, happy to see you and thank you for coming. Me facing him directly, calling him and him alone. There is nobody else here, I guarantee you, whose name is Sun. If there is, it'll be a miracle. I have one Sun Ramnath in my phone and that's him, and he's here. I have one Nayasha, I have one Yogita, I have one Kiran Sankhya, I have one Narija group, one Abhiraja Ragunanan, I have one Ganesh Ragunanan, I have one JL Dirpal, I have one. I have one Savi Prem Singh. And there's only one Prem Singh. Two branches, but same Prem Singh. There's only one Pandit Atmanan. You get what I'm saying? There's only one. The name, the sound of that individual's name connects you to him in such a way that it is unbreakable. It is so special that the connection between you and them cannot exist between you and anybody else. If I speak to him or any one of you by your name specifically, no matter how many of you are here in your large numbers, nobody else will turn if I call any one of you by your name. The chanting of the mantra again and again and again builds such a vibration, such an energy that you are getting, you are pulling like a magnet, you are bringing the attention and the energy of the Devata to you. And in the same way that when you boil water, after a while, when all the water is boiling and the impurities are leaving from the surface, when the bubbles open on the surface, same way, the more you chant, the more you perform the puja, the more you supplicate yourself before Mahaganapati, more and more you are purifying yourself again and again and again and again and again. I have personally seen the miracles in my own life by simply doing this puja on a Wednesday. And that also is too much to tell you tonight. But I can tell you for sure, God looks after those who make the effort towards Him. Satya Sai Baba said, you walk towards me, I run towards you. You take one step towards me, I take 10 towards you. Maintain not just when the utsav is done. Every Wednesday, if you wish to receive and keep Mahaganapati as your personal deity, It's like I have this one here. This is my personal best friend in the world. Here. I have a special name for him as well. It's my pocket friend. He's in my pocket all the time. If he's not here in the harmonium, he's in my pocket, in my jeans pocket, my shirt pocket. If I go to do music, when I was mixing the finals in the Cuba South Hall, he was on the mixing board. If I go to do puja, he's right there by the BD. When I go in the car, he's right by on the dashboard. When I go in the beach, he's right there in the sun. Anywhere I go, my Lord is with me. People ask, how the music sounds so good? He mixing. Baba, will I the kata? Yes, he reading. You see where he sit down? Anything I do, he's with me. I got this from Savi. He was not for sale. He was right by the counter collecting dust. I said, Sab, when you come closer, you'll see it. I saw it there. I said, could I have it? He said, yeah. I said, how much for it? He said, no, not for sale. Just have it. When you have one of it, I could get it. Yeah. And from that day, I put it in my pocket, my shirt pocket. And he's my pocket friend. He's Pocket Ganesh. Pocket frog. I'll put a whole post as to why his name is that one of these days. If you keep God close to you, trust me, nothing can go wrong. I have fallen asleep driving home late at night. I'm still here. He drives, not me. I've been in trouble so much times in the worst of places, and I've come out alive how many times? My pocket went to $1 in my account once by a mistake in the accounting in the bank. It went to $1, and that was fixed within 24 hours. I was robbed before. I was beat up already. All these things I've gone through. I've gone to Carrera to do puja. And I've come back. I am deathly afraid of dark water. You could imagine how afraid I was of the boat turning over. I tell you again and again, Mahaganapati will save you. He will take care of you. He will protect you. You simply have to ask and you have to beg. God, take care of me. Show me the right way. Guide me to the right path. This world is yours. You sit on top of the entire earth and you protect all of us with your right hand. You know when all of us have to come here and you know when all of us have to go. It is by your will we are even here in the first place. It is by your will we are who we are on this earth. Bless us to be an instrument of your will, and bless us to be able to be of a significant contribution to this creation of yours. O Ganesha, in the name of your mother and father, the divine couple, Lord Shiva Shankara and Devi Parvati, bless us. In the same way you serve them as their child, allow us to serve you as your children, O Ganesha. Allow our hearts and minds to be purified. Allow all that we are to be in this world. Allow that to blossom within our minds and our hearts and guide us every day. Protect us always. Show us your love, your grace and your mercy. Boliye Sri Mahaganapati Swami ki. Okay. Now, please stand for the arati of Lord Sri Ganesha. Sajam javaradi samyuktam vahinayugitam maya deepam grihan devesha trailokya timirapaham sukha karta dukha harta varta vignachi nurve purve prem kripa jayanchi sarvangi sundar put sindurachi Kante jake ma mukta palanchi Jayadev 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 Jaya Mangal Murti Darshan matre man kaman purti Jayadev 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 Jaya Mangal Murti दर्शन मात्रे मन कामन पूर्ति। जय देव जय देव। रत्ना खचिता पार तुझ गौरी कुमरा, चंदना चेयुति कुमकुम केशरा, हीरे जतिता मुकुत शोभत बारा, रुंझुनते नुपुरे चरनी घर घरिया। जय देव जय देव जय देव जय देव। जय मंगल मूर्ति दर्शन मात्रे मन कामन पूर्ति। जय देव जय देव जय देव जय देव। जय मंगल मूर्ति दर्शन मात्रे मन कामन पूर्ति। जय देव जय देव। लंबोदर पीतांबर परिवर वंदन, सरल सुंदर वक्र तुंड त्रिनयना, दास रामाचारवत पाहे सदना। शंकते पावाने निर्वाणी रक्षा, विसुरवर वंदना। जय देव जय देव जय देव जय देव। जय मंगल मूर्ति दर्शन मात्रे मन कामन पूर्ति। जय देव जय देव। सुख करता दुख हरता वार्ता विघ्नाची, दुर्वी पूर्वी प्रेम कृपा जयांची। सर्वांगी सुंदर उत सिंदुराची, कंठी झलके माद मुक्ता फलांची। जय देव जय देव जय देव जय देव। जय मंगल मूर्ति दर्शन मात्रे मन कामन पूर्ति। जय देव जय देव। रत्ना खचिता फार तुझ गौरी कुमरा, चंदना चेयुति कुमकुम केशरा। हीरे जतिता मुकुत शोभत बारा, रुंझुनते नुपुरे चरनी घर घरिया। जय देव जय देव जय देव जय देव। जय मंगल मूर्ति दर्शन मात्रे मन कामन पूर्ति। जय देव जय देव। लंबोदर पीतांबर लंबोदर पीतांबर लंबोदर पीतांबर परिवर वंदन। सरल सुंदर वक्र तुंड त्रिनयना, दास रामाचार वट पाहे सदना। संकटे पावाने निर्वाणे रक्षावे, सुरवर वंदना। जय देव जय देव जय देव जय देव। जय मंगल मूर्ति दर्शन मात्रे मन कामन पूर्ति। जय देव जय देव जय देव जय देव। जय मंगल मूर्ति दर्शन मात्रे मन कामन पूर्ति। जय देव जय देव जय देव जय देव। जय मंगल मूर्ति दर्शन मात्रे मन कामन पूर्ति। जय देव जय देव। सुख करता दुख हरता वार्ता विघ्नाची नुरवी पूर्वी प्रेम कृपा जयाची सर्वांगी सुंदर उत सिंदुराची खंते झलके माद मुत्तापयांची रत्नाकचिता भारा तुझ गौरी कुमरा चंदनाची युक्ती कुमकुम केशरा हीरे जटिता मुकुता शोभत बारा रुंझुनते नुपदे चरणी घर घरिया लंबोदर पीतांबर परिवर वंदना सरल सुंदर वक्र तुंद त्रिनयना दास रामाचारवत पाहे सदना संकते पावानी निर्वाणी रक्षावे सुरवर वंदना जय देव जय देव जय देव जय देव जय मंगल मूर्ति दर्शन मात्रे मन कामन पूर्ति जय देव जय देव जय देव जय देव जय मंगल मूर्ति दर्शन मात्रे मन कामन पूर्ति जय देव दर्शन मात्रे मन कामन पूर्ति जय देव दर्शन मात्रे मन दर्शन मात्रे मन दर्शन मात्रे मन कामन पूर्ति जय देव जय देव जय देव जय देव जय देव जय देव। हरि ओम अजं निर्विकल्पं निराकारमेकं निरानन्दमानन्दमद्वैतपूर्वं परं निर्गुणं निर्विशेषं निरीहं परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेमा जय देव जय देव गुणातीतमानं चिदानन्दरूपं चिदाभासकं सर्वगं ज्ञानगम्यं मुनिन्धियम् आकाशरूपं परेशं पराब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेमा जय देव जय देव जगत्कारणं कारज्ञानरूपं सुराधिं सुखादिं गुणेशं गणेशं जगद्व्यापिनं विश्ववन्द्यं सुरेशं परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेमा जय देव जय देव जय देव जय देव जय मंगलमूर्ति दर्शन मात्रे मन कामन पूर्ति जय देव जय देव कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृति स्वभाव करोमि अन्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि करचरणकृतं वा कायजं कर्मजं वा श्रवणनयनजं वा मानसो वापराधं विहितमविहितं वा सर्वमेतत्क्षमस्व जय जय करुणाब्धे श्री महादेव शंभो जय जय करुणाब्धे श्री महादेव शंभो त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धु च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विन्द्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव अच्युतं केशवं रामनारायणं श्रीधरं माधवं गोपिकावल्लभं हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे सर्वे च सुखिनः सन्तु सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मामृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति 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 हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ लोकाः समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु महागणपति स्वामी की वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की सद्गुरु महाराज की सत्य सनातन धर्म की गणपति बप्पा मोरिया गणपति बप्पा मोरिया गणपति बप्पा मोरिया 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 गणपति बप्पा मोरिया। सद्गुरु की दंडवर जय जय सीताराम।
Sitaram devotees, what a wonderful 3 evenings in devotion with Pandit Ganesh. Well, you know, Pandit Ganesh he have been saying that this is the last year. But we have been talking, so I know next year he would be here. So we'll leave it at that. Somehow or the other, it will happen.
I'll come daylight.
Right? Like last year. So, Panditji, thank you very much for gracing us with your presence and your kathas. I really wanted to, when we spoke on the phone about this 2 days of kata, what you wanted to, I said it's perfect. Because we have heard bits about this kata, but you have actually went into depth with this kata. So thank you very much for that. And I think who watched the moon, they would no longer be under the spell. So that's a good. That's Marianne for one. Marianne, look at the moon. Where she is, right? She look at the moon. So I hope she wouldn't be wrongfully accused and, you know, by me, maybe. So, okay, Sitaram, thank you very, very much, Panditji. And your group, thank you very much. The audience for gracing us with your presence also, who came from far and near. I hope you all come tomorrow. Pandit Ramsumair, Vishnu Ramsumair from Whiteland will be here. Pandit Ramsumair has started us with Ganesh Utsav in Felicity. Right? So the 15 years he has been with us, and he will be with us for 5 days. And I hope to see all of you tomorrow, from tomorrow. Ganesh Utsav in Felicity, you know, this is not, yes, I'm the president of the organization, but this is not my thing. This is everybody's Ganesh Utsav in this community. We do this for the community of Felicity, for the protection of our community. Panditji, someone asked the question a few days ago, right? But how come we don't block the eyes of the Murti, our Murti, right? So I give them an answer, right? What I know. That my understanding is when you block the eyes and you go to the mandir, when you open the eyes, the energies of the Murti would be in the mandir. My concept is when we open the eyes by the Maker and pass through the village of Felicity, the blessings would be in the community of Felicity. So that's my thing. This is how we do it, right? So yes, I'm saying the Ganesh Utsav is for everybody in this community and environs and elsewhere. I know we have a lot of people from far and near who have been joining with us nightly. I want to say thank you once again. So I would like to thank Sankhya TV, the first Hindu TV station. So I would like to just read a few of our sponsors tonight who have give their hard-earned monies to bring this Ganesh Utsav celebration 2022 on our television year after year. They are Bridgecon Limited, Ciscon Limited, Classic Tiles Limited, BDC Transport Limited, Upper Level Educational Institute, Akash Kaladin, Expert Insurance Advisor, TIS Enterprises, The Chai and Chat Room, Felicity Community Pharmacy, Felimed Supplies Limited, The Little Store Limited, Prim Singh Puja Bhavan, Savi is here, right? Billy's Auto Supplies, SIU Security Services Limited, Extra Food Supermarket, Barlow's Shopping Mart. Last but not least, our own boy, our own friend, Musical Kiss, who have been doing all the songs for us year after year. So we'd like to thank all these people for bringing this to Sankhya TV and to the whole country and the world at large. So we say thank you very much. And I ask that you all come tomorrow again when we join with Pandit Ramsumair in devotion to Sri Ganesh. May Sri Ganesh continue to bless each and every one of us in a special way, right? So Panditji, thank you again. May the blessings of Sri Ganesh go with you, be with you in your new mandir, and we'll join with you some point in time, okay? We're not far away, right? So, Sitaram, and see you all tomorrow.
Perfection doesn't